welcome to another classic guitar video. Tonight's guitar we're going to be concluding with part 3 of this late 70s, early 80s Gibson Les Paul copy, Butterfly, which we affectionately nicknamed it because of the butterfly logo on the top. These were manufactured overseas in Japan, China, and they were made for other various guitar manufacturers such as Lyle, Cameo, etc. And the company would just put their name on the top and resell the guitar as their own, kind of. So that's what this guitar is. It's a customer's, it's not mine. And we've done the electronics and the pickups. He brought it to me as an unplayable project. And we're just going to go ahead and finish stringing it up and putting a full setup on it and go from there. So let's just go ahead and get right into it.
1372. Go online or visit a Target store today.
You gotta look into it. You should be with Consumer Science.
Also, today's show, I'll go back to my view for a second because I very briefly forgot. Today's show is brought to you by Guitar Center of Glendora. Check them out. They're really great and wonderful. I used to work at that store back in the early 90s when it was at a different location. But it's really great, and go check them out. So back to the guitar again. Okay, and here it is in all its glory. So we're just going to continue off where we left off, which was finish stringing this sucker up. So here we go. Yeah, we will just finish what we were doing before and finish this puppy up. I need to unwind the strings. Got a little whopper jawed here, so I need to do that. So you got a little whopper jawed. So let's kind of unwhopper jaw them. That was a word my dad used to say. That's whopper jaw. Why is everything so whopper jawed? Come on now. There we go. Now we're getting it. Now we're cooking with gas. Olean. Alright, here we go. Go ahead and put it in the top here, and we'll act accordingly. You sucker. Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy. Get that string in there. We'll get it in there eventually. We'll get it in there eventually. There we go. Now we're getting it. There we go. Now we got it. And we already dry lubed the nut. And we're good to go on that. So now we're just gonna finish stringing it up. Set the action height. The pickup height, intonation, etc., so on and so forth. Alrighty. Get this over there.
answer for his crimes. Answer for them. The family, the Klingon warrior, is responsible for his actions, and he is responsible for theirs. If I fail in my challenge, I will be executed. Will you grant my leave, Captain? No. If I understand correctly, Starfleet officer...
Oh, mercy. I need to stand up and do it because I need to stand up and do it.
Your actions in this matter will reflect on this ship.
Yeah, it came on.
Therefore, it seems only appropriate that your captain should be at your side while you make your challenge.
I don't know. We're trying to get the string up in there.
Set coordinates for the first city of the Klingon Imperial Empire.
Okay. We'll get it.
We arrived.
Why is it not?
For the challenge, you need a
Alright.
challenge to defend. While you are accused, you will not
Oh, mercy. Okay, came out again. It's alright, we'll get it.
I ask you to stand with me. Read my challenge. Sons of Mord, together, will restore the family honor. No. The sweet
I need to move that poop. Oh, it's in my way. And make sure your string is in its proper saddle. And just keep going. Alright. Here we go on the next string. And I hadn't streamed the last few days because, well, more than the last few days, a better part of a week, with one stream in between, because I was at CES, doing CES, Consumer Electronics Show, so I was doing that. And it's beginning of the year, so I got a lot of conventions and stuff for various things to go to. Electronics, computers, musical instruments. I have a guitar convention to go to locally here by the beach here at the end of the month. World Guitar Show, so I'll be doing that. I'll be having a booth there and hopefully do some live streaming from there. So you can look forward to seeing that. And that is a really big guitar show. That's hence the name World Guitar Show. You can buy everything from a $100 beater to a $300,000 Gibson Les Paul vintage. It's very, 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 very premier and, whoops, and very, 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 very big. Very, very, very. I will be there with bells on and a booth with a bunch of my guitars for sale, trade, etc. I'm also going to be doing appraisals and setups and a myriad of stuff while I'm there. So that'll be quite good. Yeah, so that's what that will be. I'm looking extremely forward to that. I look forward to that all year, but there's generally 2 shows for that a year, and then there's an amp show also I do. So I do multitude of guitar and piano and musical instrument conventions during the year. So yeah, quite fun, quite nice, quite good. Enjoy it. Alright, last one, ladies and germs. It's been raining all day today here, so I couldn't do my remote controlled car live stream as I promised on my other channel today. Because just as I was getting cars ready, it started downpouring literally within like 5 minutes. I was like, oh no. I was pretty disappointed, but it is what it is, and that's what it is, and that's what it is. And that's what it was, and it's still raining right now at 9:30 at night almost here. So, yeah. Go. Alright, see how my computer is doing. It kind of hicked up a little bit not earlier, but last stream, so no questions on Twitter, Facebook, Ustream, etc., so on and so forth. Oh, okay. Alright, okay. Alright, okay. So I'm going to leave the back panels off until we have deciphered that there's nothing wrong electronically with it. So yeah, let's go ahead and plug it in and start doing a setup on it, and go from there. Tune, so looks like we have a slight issue with the ground. That's interesting. Ever so slight issue with the ground. Let's see. I know our ground is good, so my next thing would be to take my multimeter across it and continuity check it and make sure everything is grounded. So we'll do that real quick and go from there. And sorry for the noise on the table. So we'll set this beast on continuity. So if you hear that high-pitched beat, when you put two wires, the two test leads together, that means you're completing a circuit, hence the beat. So let's go ahead and continuity check. far so good. We're getting ground. Yeah, come on. So far so good. Okay, we got a good ground. Well, let's check the ground to the bridge. Interesting. Okay, let's test it this way. Okay, we got a ground. Good ground, it seems, so far. Interesting. We got ground all the way across. And yet we got a ground which is interesting. Okay. Maybe one of the pickups is not grounding all the way, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, looks like I had a cold solder on one of the grounds. See how I just popped that right off just by touching it? That means it has what's called a cold solder, which means it's soldered on, but it's not making connection. So that being said, I'm going to scratch the surface up and make a better contact, and we'll resolder it, and that should improve and or eliminate the issue. So do I have my soldering iron still plugged in? Nope, I do not, so I gotta plug it in. Okay. Plugged in? Yep, now it's plugged in. Okay. Now we'll check the connections on the other one are good, so I'm not going to worry about that one. So let's get a nice good solder here. So you really need to heat that pot up, that pot area up really good where you want to solder. Otherwise you will continue to get a cold solder every time you resolder it. Come on. Yeah, come on. Oop, I need to hold it down with a screwdriver because the lead is too short to hold it down with your finger. Or not too short, too hot is what I meant to say. Okay. I think that may have done it. So let's go ahead and plug it back in before we do anything else and see if that eliminated the problem. If it did, then we knew that was the issue. So let's see and cross our fingers. That is interesting, to say the least. Maybe something with the jack. Let's take the jack off. And see what that's doing or not doing. Shall we? See if we got a cold solder on that. Excuse me. Tone. Yeah, it's grounded. And then that one's grounded to that, and then that one's grounded to that, so we do have a complete ground. Something with the jack, maybe? Sometimes you need to spin it around and kind of make it a little tighter, if you will. Let's make sure we got a tight connection on the. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need dagnabbit. I'm gonna need the ratchet. Well, okay. Well, made it a little tighter, so that's good. Let's do this again. Let's see what it's. See if that cured anything. All the wiring is complete, so I mean we've got no open circuits. That's what we tested with the continuity test to make sure we had all grounds covered. I really need to turn that screwdriver in. Yeah. Tip on the screwdriver is getting a little worn. I got a lifetime warranty on these screwdrivers, so I need to turn it in. Okay, let's flip this sucker over, try it again, see if that did anything. If it still doesn't do anything, I might have to conclude that one of these pickups is not good. You know? Let's see now. Okay, let's plug this sucker in again. Try again. Ooh. My goodness. It quiets when we touch the cable. That is quite interesting. I'm going to try a trick and see something, because you shouldn't be doing that when you touch the jack. But also, I'm going to switch the wires just to see, to quell my curiosity of something.
The Romulans lowered the outpost shields themselves. They were given the defense access code. The record clearly shows the Romulan patrol ship receiving a personal transmission from Maul seconds before the shields fell. Record to Captain Picard.
Come on now.
Stand by. Kitchener Commander Nelson's log.
Make sure we don't have a cold solder. Ooh. Hot sucker. I have to switch hands. Yes, I'm ambidextrous. I can solder either way.
Betrayed us, and 4,000 Klingons died on Kitchener. Only the son of Maul survived.
Okay. Screw it back on, see what happens, if it's the same or worse. Hopefully it's not worse. That would suck if it's worse. I would be most unhappy if it was worse. Flip this sucker over again, try it again. Alright. Well, what do you know? A little better. Maybe it was a cold solder on the jack too. Don't it sound great? It will sound great in a minute here, so hold your horses, folks. resolution's a little high. So let us commence adjusting the action height. It's almost as down as low as it'll go now anyway. So raise this one up a little bit. Half a turn. Pretty good. Okay. Retune and intonate. Intonation is way high. Okay. Intonation. Intonation. Intonating this should go fairly fast because the intonation on these are really easy. Almost. Perfect. That one's pretty good. Just a little adjustment. Perfect. Wait a minute. Perfect. Ooh, way high. Way high.
Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp. Call today for free information. 1-800-712-8771. That's 1-800-712-8771. Be condemned as a son of a traitor to the Empire.
Ooh, way off. Okay. That might have been the issue. The little retainer was. There we go. Ooh, that one's away. There we go. Almost perfect on that one. Okay, we're getting there. There we go. Let me pick this sucker up and play it because my back is hurting. Well, there you have it, ladies and germs. Not too shabby.
brother to return to his wife, whom you need know is truly mine, not acceptable. His honor would demand revenge.
What happened? No, there it goes. Okay. Okay, there you have it. It is tuned, intonated. We'll go ahead and we'll put the covers back on. And the pick guard back on. And the knobs back on. And all that good stuff. Yeah. I guess we'll put on the cover first. Yeah, that was a cold solder on that first one there. We kind of messed up on that one, but that's okay. We did good now. I'm gonna take a picture of that because I don't have an end picture. So I'll be right back. Get my camera.
Why is he doing this? I was prepared to die. Wolf wanted to live. And I know your father must someday be cleared. He needs you alive with your honor intact. But there will be another day.
Okay, we'll take a picture of this. We'll take a picture because it'll last longer. Okay. Take a picture, it'll last longer. That's the old saying. Take a picture, it'll last longer. Well, I suppose it will, yeah. I suppose it will last longer. Okay. There we go. Ooh, that cover's backwards, I think. There we go. Where are my screws? I think we were missing some screws before, I want to say. Let's see, we got the pick guard screws. Oh, no, those are the 3 screws. The pick guard screws. Yeah, here's the pick guard screws. Screw the screws. Gonna screw the screws because they need screwing. Because they're screwing screws. And they're not screwing in very good, are they? They're just kind of plopping in. So that tells me I'm using the wrong screws. Ugh. Nah. Okay. I think half of these screws aren't the original screws because there's a lot of mismatched sizes and stuff and kinds, so so yeah. So, like I said, the customer wasn't expecting perfection on this guitar. He was just expecting it playable. Because it hasn't been playable in a great many years, from what I understand, so we're doing pretty good that it's playable now, so I'm happy about that. Take another picture of the switch, and I'll put that in there. We got 3 screws here for the switch. Maybe these are the screws for that plate. Sometimes I get the screws mixed up, very rarely, because usually when I take, well, not usually, always when I take screws off, I take them off in order, I put them on in order, and I put them with the piece that they're holding down, but sometimes something gets knocked over, it'll get jostled around, and then but yeah, these are the right screws for that. Okay. And then we got those 2 screws for the pick guard. So we're doing pretty good on this so far. I'm gonna have to repolish the top a little bit because I got my grubby grubs on it. Excuse me. But we're doing pretty good, so get my grubby grubs on it. It's 10 o'clock already. Good, googly moogly. I can't tighten down too hard on that because this was cracked right here originally, and somebody, not me, super glued it. You can see the crack there. So I have to be very ginger screwing this down because otherwise we're going to have issues if I crack it. One issue being I'm going to be really pissed at myself. And another, the customer won't be happy. So very slow, mellow. It's a really freaking long screw. I'm using the wrong screws again, wouldn't you know it? Good Lord. Okay. Now I'm using the right screw. Okay. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Ovine.
Isn't that a coincidence? I have something for you too.
This is not the original pick guard because there's different holes for the pick guard. This is like a Gibson pick guard, so evidently the original one got cracked or taken off and misplaced or something. So yeah, I think these are the extra screws for the yak. For the yakety yak.
If you ever decide to go, I will take you there. So
Yakety yak.
you don't mind traveling by freight.
And then we'll polish it up again. Probably the back real quick and then the top real quick. And then we will be done, finished through, no more to do. Now, this is not a restoration project. This is just a repair and make playable. It wouldn't be cost effective to restore this guitar unless it had like sentimental value to the owner, like their father bought it for them brand new or something along those lines. That wasn't the case with this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be cost effective to restore this. Restored, this guitar might be worth $300, $350 on a good day. But it's just not that kind of guitar that it's going to be worth boatloads of money if restored. not like it's a Gibson Les Paul or something, you know. Just one of them things. I mean, we still need to polish the sides, the neck, and all that stuff, so we're definitely not done polishing. So, turn my multimeter off now that we're done, and then we will polish. We will continue to polish. Let us polish. We're going to polish. We're going to polish. So here we go. We're polishing. So we're polishing, and then we'll be done with this guitar. We're in at an hour, so we'll be done pretty quick here. Normally I would have it all polished first, as you've seen in my other videos, but since this, you know, is a repair project, I couldn't exactly polish it first and then repair it. I'd get my grubby grubs on it for one thing, and for another, the ability for it to be a functioning playable guitar was more important first than getting it pretty looking, which it is pretty decent looking now. So we're pretty happy with the way it came out. So now tomorrow I will take pictures of it, and yeah, pictures of it tomorrow, and email the customer tonight and say it is ready to pick up. And he will probably pick it up tomorrow or the next day, or whenever he gets a chance to. And yeah. Why is that doing that? Ew, that's not copacetic. I need to tighten that a little more. Mercy. Kind of the wrong screw to use in that. To use a different screw, I think, because that's not good. Just when you think you're done, gonna have to swap out screws, because that's what I'm gonna have to do. Because that screw is not gonna do it. Can't have a pick guard flopping around. You just can't. I think this will be much more agreeable here in a second.
Now that that's over with, we have been sent here to fight.
Oh yeah, there we go. More better. Sometimes you see those things. That's why you double check. Because you just never know. A little something like that might come up. A quick fix though, you noticed. It was just Johnny on the spot to fix it and it was done. So that was good. Okay, let's put the knobs on, and got done.
So both the cup and the liquid are merely extensions of your body.
That is correct. And if I want to, I can even drink the liquid, reabsorb it, and produce new coffee in the cup.
Make sure all your... And it's missing two of the little indicators here, over here. I don't have any of those style, so therefore I can't add to it. Like I said, this guitar was a... Oh man. Is a, you know, not a restoration project. It's a get working and playable project. Why is it so high though? I don't like that. I don't think it was that high before. Was it? I guess maybe it was. Yeah, those knobs are pretty high up off of the... These aren't... I don't think these are the original knobs, because they would sit almost flush with the body, and no matter how hard I push down, you never want to hammer these on. You hammer it on, you're going to take a chance on cracking the knob, or cracking the pot through, or damaging the pot itself, and you don't want to do that. That would not be agreeable at all. That would be very much disagreeable. So, yeah, they're cool knobs. I like them. You know, vintage style knobs, but they're just not gonna fit like they probably. So see, it's supposed to fit more like this. See how it's a little more flush? And I'll keep pushing down on this one, but I don't think it's gonna go down any further. And that's fine. It's just one of those things. So we got we got 3 tone and 1 master volume. That's how it's laid out. That is how it is laid out.
You're either lost or desperately searching for a good tailor. Guess again.
Okay. I think this one will fit better. It feels like it's going to go on better. So.
You're watching Star Trek Deep Space.
Oh yeah, see that one? See how it's a lot more flush? I don't know why this one won't go. Ouch. So we'll finish this up and call it done. I can't see him complaining about anything other than maybe this crack on the bezel. But that's the bezel he gave me, so so there is that. If he comes over and says, you know, can you glue that or something, I will. I suppose I could glue it overnight. Now I'm wanting to glue it because it's kind of an eyesore. Shoot. I think maybe it wouldn't take me much to glue it. I think I'll glue it because his eyes are gonna go right to that, and he'll be like this, and he'll be like, "Why is that cracked?" I'll be like, "Why is that cracked?" So I think I will unscrew it and glue it overnight. I think I'll do that. Oh God, I recognize that actress now. Holy mackerel. On this commercial, this consumer cellular commercial, one of the players' wives. Now I recognize her. I just saw her act in a Christmas movie. I couldn't place the name or the person with the face with the person. That's funny. Okay, so what do I need to glue this? I need to unscrew these and then put something under just to lift it up a little bit and then glue it. And other than that, it should glue. And I can set that aside and start my other end of this stream and start my other guitar. I have another guitar I need to get out for tomorrow. Not for customers, one of my guitars, but yeah, another guitar I need to get done. Let me unplug my soldering iron. And we'll get that out of the way. That's funny, I recognize that actress in that commercial to a Christmas movie I just watched. That's funny. Probably nobody else on the face of the planet would have recognized her. I'm pretty good with that kind of stuff. That's funny. That is too much funny. You know what, that's not gonna fit. I was gonna put a decoration up here on my thing that I got for Christmas and it's not gonna fit up there. Maybe I'll have to find somewhere else to put it. Okay, anyway. Let me check chat and see if there's any questions.
Aligning Constable Oda was one thing after all. He's a changeling. The Klingons don't know him as well as we do. But relations between the Klingon and Cardassian empires have never been anything but amicable.
With the exception of the betrayal incident.
Okay, so darn it. Yeah, I'll glue it and I'll set it aside. So it's not sitting here because I have another guitar I need to get out. It's to my right here on the floor. And with that being said, I can unscrew that and glue it, I think. Darn it. Really hate to do that, but I know he's going to look right at it and be like, my bezel's cracked. I mean, all the other damage is, you know, there's nothing you can do about the other damage that's here. But if it's something I can readily fix, I'm going to do it, you know, just because, you know. And I still need to adjust the pickup height. Pickup height's kind of a little low. So I need to adjust them up a little higher so they're a little more aggressive.
Scanners are detecting the Zoza at bearing 017 Mark 346. I'm picking up a ship. It's got a
So let's adjust this one up.
Klingon ship. I can't get through to Cassidy. They're still jamming our communications.
What is it you want? I want to know why you stopped that ship. We have ordered to search all vessels attempting to leave Bajoran space.
Alright. So yeah, you can see where it's cracked here. Son of a biscuit. So in order to do something about that, I gotta take the spring and the screw out, set it aside, get my super glue, and I glue it. Simple as that.
Any unwarranted search and seizure of vessels in our territory.
If anything, it'll make it look better. I mean, that's about all I can do. I'm out of super glue. I need to get a bottle from somebody else in the family here. I'll be right back.
Phasers standing by. They're still not releasing the tractor beam.
Fire warning shot 200 meters off their starboard bow.
Commander Kavach would like to speak with you.
Let's hear what he has to say. you're unlocked. Now, I will ask you one last time. Release that ship immediately. Major, lock phase on ill-charged engines. Prepare to fire on my command.
Phasers ready. I'm receiving a hail from this order. It's Captain Yates. Captain, I don't know what you said to those Klingons, but it must have been good.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's why I say it's modern.
Usually the transmissions.
I'm glad to hear it. We'll keep you on sensors as long as we can. I doubt the Klingons will give you any more trouble.
I appreciate that, Captain. I'll see you in about 2 weeks.
You know where to find me.
Yeah, force. Yeah, the force straight forward. That's straight forward. Well, we don't even use suspension.
According to our long-range sensor, the Klingon task force has withdrawn to just outside the Jordan territory.
So now they're in unclaimed space. And if they decide to continue searching ships,
There's nothing we can do about it. Unless they try to set up Federation or join us.
Okay.
so far they haven't done.
Alright, we got glue.
Send him in.
Glue for you. So I will use this tissue to put under it so we don't get any glue on the finish. We glue the pickup to the guitar. You don't want to glue it to the guitar. That would suck if you glued it to the guitar. Because it's a guitar.
Probably had him executed for disobeying orders.
Which means our next
It's a guitar.
won't be resolved.
It's a guitar. Let's not break the anymore.
The longer the Klingons are here, the worse things are going to get. Whatever you decide to do.
Silicone, or silicone. It's not silicone. It's super glue. I don't know why I just called it silicone glue. Silicone. It's not silicone. It's super glue. Not silicone. It's not silicone. It is super glue. So I need to sit here and just kind of hold it for a minute or two. The glue to take hold, and then we'll set it aside. And probably at the end of my next stream tonight, because I'm about to start another guitar, I will just put the screws back in it and do the pickup adjustment. I won't stream for that. There's no sense starting another live stream to do that for 5 minutes. So I will just do that. Well, probably in a couple of hours here. Boy, it's really not. Super glue. It's kind of gel, the super glue gel. I'm not sure if I like super glue gel. I think I just like just regular super glue. The gel stuff seems to kind of, I don't know, take longer to dry. And then it's not very hard in the end. You can usually pretty much just break whatever you're gluing right back off. So I don't know if this is going to work or not.
You're right. Actually, you do. Harmful bacteria lurk just below the gum line.
Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, guitar is done. Seems to stay in tune. And yeah, we're pretty good. So we will let that gently glue, and I will do the other guitar. So I think think we're going to end this video and start my next video.
Time-saving cardio machine into a truly personalized fitness experience. How personal? Well, let's start with your goals, and then I'll learn your capabilities. Can you give me one more? So I can
Right, everyone, thank you for joining me on this classic guitar video on this late 70s or early 80s Gibson Les Paul copy, Butterfly. We finished it, and we're just letting the front pickup bezel glue. It was cracked. He gave it to me cracked, so I'm just gluing it and doing that for him. And then later on tonight, I won't stream it, but later on I will put the screws back and adjust the pickup height back up. And then the guitar will be ready for him to pick up tomorrow or the next day or whenever he wants. And we will go on that. Pretty unusual guitar. You don't see too many of these. So I'm glad it turned out pretty well. Pretty neat, pretty nice. So again, thank you for joining me, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.